What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. As you guys know, Queen Sugar episode 5 of season 3 aired last night, and it was a doozy. I apologize that the video is kind of late. I tried to put it up the same night as, but I had a lot going on. My air is out. I was already tired from being hot as hell. You know what I'm saying? The show don't come on till 10, and it was a doozy. So your girl needed a nap. All right. And so I decided I'd do this review for you guys today, this morning, and upload it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Just jaunt right over to the right of that and hit that little bell so you get notifications and you know when I drop new videos out, as well as hit that thumbs up button. And of course, comment down below. I know y'all got a lot to say about what's going on, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna do our normal review like we do. We go person by person. We clumping these people together because it's a lot of stuff going on that I'm not too pleased about. Okay, we've been waiting on 1 or 2 or 3 of these things, but some of this stuff that's going on now y'all, Ava, come on now, come on, okay. So let's talk about it. Oh, is that an ambulance? I don't understand police vehicles. Like, what is we doing? Y'all know I do my videos. Anyway, so let's talk about Charley, Davis, and Micah. First of all, y'all know Micah is at the public school now, and he is really trying to find his way. He want to hang out with the activism kids. He feel like he can rock with them. They're expressing some things he too would like to express. They're speaking about some things that he would like to speak out about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's feeling that in his spirit. He wants to be with people who feel in the same way. And they not a bad group of kids, but they still kids. You know what I'm saying? And he got them all over to the house, and they got their feet up. And I'm going to tell you something. My mama didn't play that. You don't have nobody in this house if I ain't here. You don't have nobody any and everybody in this house when I ain't here, because, people come back and rob you. Or kids be stealing out of the house, in your mama room, all kinds of stuff. My mama did not play that. But Micah got a whole house full of folks. First of all, the young girl that's there, I'm like, you hanging with a bunch of dudes, girl, you got to be careful. Now, I'm not saying these dudes are not her friends. I'm not saying that they up to no good. I'm just saying it's another one of these situations girls put themselves in. And you in a house full of what, 4, 5 dudes by yourself, girl? Be smart. Be smart. Like, no. Anyway, at first glance, they do look like they just chilling at Micah's house. When Charley comes in, she's like a little stunned because she's expecting just her son, and she sees there's a whole neighborhood of kids in her home. And one of the kids is helping himself to something to eat. Micah. Micah is a child of means, so he don't mind. Y'all can take whatever y'all want. It's more where that come from. It just appears. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have all you want. Eat up. So she is like, what are we doing? And one of the kids, a young man, he says, do you have any regular milk? She was like, almond milk is actually better for you. And he goes ahead and lets her know, I'm not just no run of the mill. He let her know about the, I think, a drought and a shortage on almonds, and it's increasing the something. Whatever it was very educational and need to know information. And so that kind of gave Charley a little bit of a taste of the fact that he ain't in here with necessarily no jack legs, but still she got her good eye on Micah. She want to talk to him in private. And, she was like, yeah, I know you was going to have people. And he was like, yeah, they're just chilling here for a minute, Mom. You know how it is. Just be cool. Be cool, Mom. Be cool. Meanwhile, Davis calling Micah. Micah not answering. We all know why. Because Davis decided to drop at Micah's doorstep because of his own personal guilt. Okay, he looking for somebody to tell him it's going to be all good. It's all good. It's okay. But ain't neither one of them going to tell him that. Micah ain't telling him that. And we're going to find out a little bit later that Charley really ain't feeling it. So, no, I think he called Charley. So he called Charley's phone. Micah got on up out of there. And he wanted to speak to Micah. Okay, and Micah was like, nah, tell him I'm busy. And he going on back in there with his friends. Davis asked her, when can they meet? And she check her schedule and we can get together on tomorrow. Micah already know what it's about. And he already know his mama going to be devastated, okay? So, let's see. When Davis and Charley do get together, he come over. Micah is there. He is going to leave out and go out with his friends. Okay, he walked right past his daddy, don't speak, and his daddy's like, Micah, come on, dude. And Charley's like, what's happening? I don't even, okay, but whatever. She gets a text from the office and she wants to answer that, and Davis is like, no. I don't know why she not a little bit more alerted as to something going on, because Micah ain't speaking to his daddy. They was just hanging out an episode ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, he tells her that he's got a 13-year-old daughter because he had an affair 13 years ago and got this woman pregnant. And he's going to move back to L.A., their city, which she has it by our city, to raise the girl. You going our city? Now, I don't know if she said that because she know a ton of people there. Y'all know Charley was a mover and shaker in L.A. If she feel embarrassed by the fact that he's going to be back there and he's going to be raising a child that and claiming a child, and people are going to know, she seemed like she was torn a little bit between being hurt and jealous and embarrassed and just a whole host of things. She probably felt like an idiot that she didn't know. He wants to show the girl a picture. This is what they do. They know you a woman, you tenderhearted, you kind, and they show you the picture of the little baby or the child, and it's gonna prick your heart one way or another, right? So she tell him no. No, absolutely not. I will not look upon this child. You will not control me with emotions. No, you will not. And she finds out in one fell swoop that Micah knows. And this is why Micah's upset. You told Micah? You told Micah before you told me? Well, y'all know Charley is a control freak. And she probably feels like you tell me and we find a way to tell Micah. Or we never tell Micah. We're not telling Micah right now. Micah's in a delicate place right now. So when she found that out, she put Davis out. She put him out. She pushed him hard, and he looked back at her like, first of all, Davis, you're going to chastise her for releasing that tape and getting that cop removed off the force, which he needed to be, because you wanted her to make sure that she was focusing on Micah. And then you bring this, you drop this here, you going to leave this right here, this bull, this heavy, deep, complicated bull right here? Come on, Davis. Come on. Yeah, people going to be mad. People was going to be mad. People was going to be upset. Some people going to find it hard to forgive you. It's going to be a minute before you right in this family. Okay? That's just something you got to accept. Darla got to accept it. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept it. Okay? All right. So, she's broken. She's broken. She's upset. She is distraught. She's calling everybody. She's calling Vi. She's calling Nova. She's calling Ralph Angel. The only person she didn't call was Remy. Well, nobody answering. Everybody was rolling her over to voicemail. She needed to talk to somebody. She was kind of spiraling. I needed to talk with somebody. Let me tell y'all something on the side note. And if you ever feeling like this, you ain't got to get down on your knees. You ain't got to go to no special closet. All you got to do is just begin to talk to God. Just regularly talk to God. Lord, this is breaking me. I don't know if I can make it through this. You know what I'm saying? You can't get nobody else. All you got is God. You see what I'm saying? Don't let your anguish turn you to do something that is going to compound the situation, make it worse. She gets a text from Jacob Boudreaux, and she just throws it on the floor. And then she's, and she looks and she sees it. And she, this is how it works. This is how it works. It's little whisperings, okay, that you got to be on top of. You got to attack it. You got to let it know, nah, I ain't the one for this, right? Some tell her, pick it up. Talk to him. She ends up getting with him, meeting him out in the bar, and she is drinking shots of dog liquor. Now, evidently, apparently, the girl can drink. The girl can drink. Because I promise you, I may have been able to have 3 shots, possibly, before things would have just went south in that mug like that. The dog liquor. Oh no. But Charley was tossing them back 2 at a time, and they was just chit-chatting and talking and have a good time, talking about their families and funny and laughing. And she's got a moment where she can possibly get her mind off of this thing that Davis has told her, and she's sharing this with Jacob. She still kind of got her face on. She still kind of got her face on. She still kind of got a poker face on, because some friends walk up to him and talk to him, and they talk about surveying the land. We're going to do this other part of the land. And he just kind of squashes it. Okay, guys, you go ahead and get your seats, and I'll sing you some drinks over. Okay, he wants to squash that conversation because he don't want that conversation, Charley, to hear that conversation. But Charley been dumping them shots, but she heard that. She made a note of that, baby. She put a pin in that, all right? So they end up dancing, and she end up laying up on the man's shoulder. Now she needs some comfort. She needs some comfort and someone to hug her and tell it's going to be okay. And for this one moment, I can forget. I can feel comfort. I can feel love. It's not with the person that I want it to come from, but she just relaxes, all of that. And the alcohol helped. The alcohol helped exponentially to get her to this point. Okay, so she they go outside and they laughing and they talking and they falling all over and they end up kissing. It was so gross. It was so gross. I did not want her to let that snake put his lips on her. I did not. I thought Romero was gonna walk up. Her knight in shining armor. I don't know why she ain't called him. I really don't understand it. Or call Remy. I guess, Remy done made it clear he don't want to have nothing to do with her. I'm assuming. That's how she was feeling about that. But it was gross. That kiss was so, it had zero chemistry. It was nothing in that kiss. It was, ugh. You know what I mean? I was just, it kind of woke her up a little bit. It seemed like she was like, yeah, I need to get home to my son. He was like, oh yeah, of course. No, you thought you was finna take her. You thought you was finna take her right there. That's what you thought. Anyway, Jacob. Ugh. Anywho. So, that's Charley. And, let's talk about a little bit more like Micah. Now, Micah is out with his friends, and they at this reenactment of a plantation type thing. And they really there to kind of kick up some dust. They really there kind of to be heard and kind of make it known that they ain't with the bull crap. They got a fake setup of a slave house and people with actual chains on. You know what I'm saying? Just all kinds of, the kind of bull crap. The kind of offensive ass bull crap they do to try to keep that junk alive and keep you reminded that you descended from slaves. They used to own us. And you know what I'm saying? It's all these thoughts are going through these kids' heads. And they young. Micah's there. He taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? He halfway between naive and foolish, because these are not bad kids, but they not going about things in a real great way, and you could find yourself in a lot of trouble if you're not being smart. Okay, but anywho, so he learns hanging out with his friends. One of his friends' brother is in locked up in jail, incarcerated. So, it's a lot going on with Micah. And he trying to avoid this stuff with Davis. And he know his mama is sad. And he know his mama know now. He really don't want to deal with her feelings or his daddy's feelings. All he want to do right now is focus on Micah and what he got going on, what he doing. Like, give me a minute, life. Give me a minute. Okay? So he redirecting his energy too. Okay, let's talk about Nova and Remy. Let's not do that. Let's talk about Ep5. Ep5 is going through. Her and Hollywood done found the truck. Hollywood gonna do the work, get the truck together, all of that. Meanwhile, Ep5 is having increasing spells off and on with this lupus. They trying to get her medicine regulated. She got all types of medicine there, and I know that's taking a toll on her. The volume of medicine and the fact that things seem to be getting worse when they should be getting better. Now, like the doctor knows, and we know what this is. We can treat it. We can help it. Why am I still getting better? Worse. Nova sent her some vegetarian recipes. She cooking it for little Blue in Hollywood. She got little Blue for a couple of 2-3 days, and they sick of it. Okay. At the same time, she's being more vulnerable and letting Hollywood see that she's struggling a bit. And he's keeping his eye on her. He want to go over there and swoop her up and take care of her like a little baby bird, but he know he can't do anything like that. So he's just got to hold it in the line, and little bit, give her some encouragement, right? Help her out, look out for him. So him and Blue go out and they have some real meat, and Blue mentions for the second time that his parents are getting married, and how it stops Hollywood in his tracks a little bit because he's just like, they ain't told his baby yet. They have not told his baby yet. Okay, so we get to see from Aunt Vi a vulnerability, and we get to see from Hollywood how knitted together they are. Because when Blue asked him if he and Aunt Vi were having children, he said no, and he didn't look like he was hurt about it either. He looked like he was okay with it. He had made his peace with it, and it was gonna be fine. Okay, I love this girl. And she loved me. We ain't having no children. That's not a part of the equation, and that's okay. Okay, but what he did was taken aback was the fact that Blue thought that his mom and daddy was still getting married. Later on, we see Aunt Vi and Hollywood talking, and he's made her a lovely meal. It's the one lovely moment in the show, really. The rest of the show, I was like, what the food? Let's talk about Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel and Darla and this ex-con that he got living on the property now because the man ain't got nowhere to stay, and Darla. Okay, Darla, the show opens with Darla getting off the school bus with Blue because they done went on a field trip to the aquarium, and it's a lovely time. And as she putting Blue in the car, he asks her about when she coming back. And she said, well, we talked about that. And he said, well, are you coming back after you and Daddy get married? And she's just like, put your seatbelt on. You know what I'm saying? They realize they got to sit down and talk to him. Like, he's got a completely different idea about what's going on. Like, he know, but at the same time, he don't know. Now, it's my contention that Blue knows. He knows something is going on. He knows that it's not great. He can tell by what's going on. I'm telling you, the little boy is smart. Because when she take him back from the field trip to Aunt Vi's house, and her and Hollywood out there doing something in the yard, and she tried to holler out at Aunt Vi as Blue runs up to her and she grabs his hand, and Blue and Aunt Vi turn to go in the house. She hollers at Aunt Vi, like, I want to talk to you. Like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And Aunt Vi act like she did not hear her voice. Like, you are not there. Like, you are invisible. Are you still here? Who this woman? Okay? She got to take it. She got to take it. She turns and gets on back in the car. Hollywood looking, he understand, but he ain't getting in it. He go on back to work. Later on, she and Ralph Angel sit down and talk to Blue and tell him they not getting married. They just gonna be friends. And Blue is so upset. He's so upset. Ralph Angel gave him a good little talking to. We gonna always love you. This is never gonna change. And we still a family. We just not, you know what I'm saying? It was just, Blue was Blue was like, it's all bullshit, Daddy. It's all bullshit. Oh, everything y'all telling me, everything. What happened to forever? Huh? What happened to forever? It's a different kind of forever. No, it's smoke and mirrors, Daddy. It's all lies. I don't want to hear none of it. He gets up and walks. Y'all know Blue love giving hugs. He get up and walk past his daddy like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear none of the bull crap you guys are dropping. Like, I am over it. Have you even thought about me? Huh? Ooh. So, meanwhile, y'all know Ralph Angel done went over to the Vietnamese lady house to have dinner. You know he got the daughter is there. He kind of looking at her like he was looking at Miss Lopez, who was Blue's teacher. We ain't seen her since first season. Well, later on, he decided after he have dinner, and she showed him how to roll the spring roll and all this stuff, and it's a fun little learning moment where we can laugh on my belly, and it's just, oh, connection. Later on, he at work, he asked her, did she want to go out? Really, Ralph Angel? Really, Ralph Angel? I thought you was going to be focusing on raising your son. Huh? Now you trying to date this woman here? Do you have to date somebody, Ralph Angel? Do you have to be with somebody right now? See, everybody, the episode is called A Little Lower Than Angels, okay? But everybody is looking for a distraction from the reality bullcrap they got going on in their lives. Except for Aunt Vi and Hollywood. Aunt Vi and Hollywood living in the middle of their reality, and they dealing with it, okay? But everybody else is avoiding their reality by these little distractions. And these little distractions are going to be the little foxes that destroy the vines. Okay, so we got Charley over there kissing off with the crown prince of evil. Okay, and we got Ralph Angel around here trying to tip and dip with this Vietnamese woman that is her parents own the company he worked for. Now, how could any of this go well, really? So, we also see that the young man that Ralph Angel gave an opportunity to, he living in a situation that's not going to be good for him, especially since he on probation. And the man seemed sincere. I like what Ralph Angel said when he said he needed a place to stay for the night. Ralph Angel said, man, I got a kid. Okay, I got a kid. That ought to be your first thought if you have children. Your children ought to be your first thought, especially when it comes to inviting people in and letting people stay and calling them auntie and uncle and all that stuff. No. He tells him. Now, Micah, not Micah, Blue is over with Aunt Vi. He's staying with Aunt Vi for a few days, okay? So, he tell the man he can stay one day, but he got to find him a place. This ain't no hotel. The man calling, can't find nobody, can't get nobody place reliable to stay. When they do find a place, it's like the worst street ever. Okay, it's the worst street to anybody. If you're recovering from drugs, if you just got out of jail, you don't need to be on this street at all. So he tells him you can stay until you find you a better place to live. Okay, I see Ralph Angel's heart, and after they have that conversation, he can relate to a lot of things that the gentleman is saying. But again, this is another part of his reality that he's trying to escape. Okay, instead of dealing with this situation. Okay, so the situation with Darla, like, I just don't understand, first of all, if you don't want to deal with Tamika, you don't want this fly by night, you ain't trying to do all this because you're trying to focus on your family, why are you messing with this Vietnamese woman? Like, this is going to be an issue. You got to do things a certain way. And I'm going to tell you something, that constantly pushing Darla away is not going to work. If y'all going to love Blue, y'all going to have to love Darla. And that's just the cold, hard facts of a situation. That's the difficulty that comes with loving people unconditionally. Okay, this is what happens. Not that you got to let people mistreat you, but unconditional love, you can't put no, it's just that this is what it is. If y'all love Blue, he a part of y'all family, y'all gonna have to find a way to accept Darla. And y'all cutting her out, icing her out, and the moves that Ralph Angel is making may possibly make her lash out in a way where it's not gonna be good, because at the end of the day, he's not Ralph Angel's blood son. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all smart. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. You push somebody in a corner, and they end up coming out of that corner and being a menace for you. They really showing you what you know what I'm saying, what kind of ninja I can really be if y'all want to push me there. All right. Let's talk about Nova and Remy. Nova is at the farm. She's writing more about her dad's experience as a farmer. You know, they have over 800 acres. One of the few farmers that own their land, that the Landrys don't, or the Boudreaux don't own. So, you know, this is what she's decided she's going to write about. And so she has made up in her mind that she's going to spend some time at the farm and channel this energy and type, and write. And Remy is still there holding classes. And, you know, they've been kid flirting. Or flirt-kidding. That's better. Flirt-kidding. They've been flirt-kidding like a lot of people do. You know how it is. You see somebody and you think he cute and he think you cute. And y'all, you know, kind of flirt kids. Y'all kidding, you being sassy at the mouth and he being that sassy at the mouth. Y'all both quick with it, but it's really kind of low-key flirting. That's what her and Remy doing. I already peeped it. I peeped it at the house last season when he turned his back to the sink and she was facing the sink, and the way they was looking at each other, I was like, no, we're not doing this. And then last episode, when they was flirt kidding again, and she was all involving him in her emotions and feelings and all that type of stuff. Meanwhile, you know, he acting like he ain't thinking about Remy because her insides is just so dirty. He can't deal with her. You know, he is so self-righteous, right? So he decided he gonna take her fishing. They kid and flirt. She can't take her laptop and kiki, and she trying to play all tough. Men try to control me and all of this stuff. And they get out on the boat and they have a good time and they laugh and they talk and they share emotions and feelings. And he shares a story about her mom and how her mom, you know, her and her dad met and how her dad felt like he loved her right from the beginning. The moment she caught all these fish, and she was talking about her mama, how moving back or staying in this place killed her mama because she was trying to make a decision for somebody else instead of herself. And y'all remember that Nova's mama was a free spirit, and she really do feel like she embodies that free spirit, and she really does. She lives it, and no man is going to get himself rooted too deeply in Nova's life without her express permission. Okay, she's got to have all the boxes checked. Everything's got to be checked before she let anybody into this tender heart of hers. And so, you know, she expressed, this is another controlling behavior. This is more controlling behavior. Okay, so later on, they back on shore clinking beer bottles and get to laughing and talking, and she's saying a couple of things about me and trying to control me, and he was like, you are a beautiful woman, you're the most beautiful woman, and men, the many men who don't love you and don't deserve you and don't want to be you. Well, why you ain't say all that to Charley? Why you ain't do all that for Charley? Huh? Why you here doing this with Nova? Huh? Why you all unconditional with Nova? And he turns and keeps looking out at the sunset, and she's standing next to him. She put her head on his shoulder and relax into it. Now, this is the second head on shoulder we've seen this episode, okay? It's a way of connecting. It's a way of, what is it? It's kind of parental. You know what I'm saying? Putting your head on somebody's shoulder and being able to rest in that individual is something you do to your mama, your big mama, your daddy. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you feel better. Makes you feel understood. Makes you feel like it's going to be okay. She does that to him and turns up and they kiss. Now, he ain't slept with your sister, but he been on top of her. Okay, and if they making out anything like most people make out, he done went down into some areas. Probably. This your sister's man. Until them feelings is gone between the two of them, you don't need to be kissing this man. And Remy, okay, you one of them. You one of them that try to play that sweet role, but deep down inside, you one of them. Okay, you still a ninja. You know what I'm saying? You still a ninja. What the are you thinking? Trying to woo this girl's sister. Where do you think this gonna go? What you think's gonna happen? Huh? You think people gonna be like, oh, that's okay, you didn't like this sister, you can like this sister, it's perfectly fine. No, that shit is weird and it's inappropriate. Okay, break it up, knock it off. That's all I got for y'all, honeybees. I don't want this video to be too long. This is Queen Sugar, a little lower than angels, I should say. You don't say. Duh. Yeah, a little lower. That's a lot lower than angels. Okay? A lot lower. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.